Hi guys. I know it's been a very long time since I posted anything or made any videos. Probably like 4 years now. um, yeah, I guess I'd like to apologize first for being absent for so long. There isn't any one reason why I stopped making videos. I just kind of, excuse me, I guess I just kind of lost interest of it. And there was some personal stuff I had to deal with at the time. It's safe to say, come on. It's not even that late at night and I'm already getting hungry again. Yeah, there was just some stuff I had to deal with, but it's safe to say that that's now long in the past. I noticed that most of you stuck around, like subscriber wise. I have been, I still use this channel for just listening to ASMR stuff at night. And I noticed that every few weeks there was a new subscriber, and then I lost another one and just basically stayed the same throughout those few years. But every so often I did get questions like, where have I been? What am I doing? Am I still making videos? And until now I could never really bring myself to make anything new. Partially practical reasons. Like I didn't have a good space to make videos. I sold some of the equipment. And I just didn't really know what to make videos about. But now a few days ago actually, I figured out that you can record on PlayStation 5. I should have known, but I never really spent much time doing that stuff, so I just never knew. So I bought a kind of cheap microphone again, and hopefully the gameplay recording will turn out well enough. So yeah, I think that's enough intro. The game for today will be Red Dead Redemption 2. I have played this game quite a bit. It took me a while to buy it when it first came out because I wasn't sure if I would like it for some reason, even though I loved the first one. Yeah, but then I played it at my friend's place. And I mean, I started a new game and did the first hour or so. And shortly after, I bought it for myself. And it's safe to say it's probably my all-time number one favorite game. Just, obviously because of the way it looks. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that doesn't matter. Like, I like games that look good. But it's just all round such an immersive experience. Like, the simulation elements, however light they are, how much there is to do and to find, and stuff you can collect, and just random spots and buildings and people you can meet. And the story is great as well, in my opinion. I finished the story once. I want to say like maybe 2 years ago. And well, I guess there will be some spoilers. So if you haven't played this game, I advise you to tread with caution. But of course I know what happens to Arthur. But I still played a lot afterwards as John. After the story ends, that is. Probably, I want to say it. I kept playing after the story for longer than it took me to complete the story in the first place. Just because I wanted to complete the compendium, like all the animals, equipment, fish, gangs, plants, horses. Like I wanted to fill it all in because that's the kind of gamer I am usually. But then it turned out there was stuff that you could only get, or you could only discover in a pretty limited part of the story that you can only visit once. Unless you decided to like glitch the game and stuff to get back to that place. Which is an island called Guarma. So I think like a year ago, maybe a bit less, I started over. And this time I'm trying to be a bit more careful to not like, miss stuff from the compendium. And also I just want to spend as much time with Arthur as I can. Because I think I like him a bit more than John. Of course, everyone's a bit fond of John if you played the first game, which, like, chronologically, is actually after this game, as most of you, I guess, know. Like, I don't know how much I have to explain. So yeah, not sure where I am now. Yeah, roughly in the middle. Like, as you can see, I haven't unlocked the whole second part of the map in this playthrough. But we'll get there eventually. I think it's been too long, but I think a bit over halfway in the story, from what I remember. I don't think it'll be too long until I get to go to Guarma again, so then I'll have to be very careful. I mean, and just not rush through that part to find all the animals. Yeah, there's no real plan for this video, just trot around a bit. Trying to practice talking to myself again, which is something I do quite a lot anyway, but I mean, this is still a little bit different. I'll try to avoid shooting anything or anyone as much as I can. Of course, you never know. You never know what will happen. Spooked by a snake. This is just such a nice game to walk around in, preferably slowly. The background music is really great. If sometimes a bit tense, like now. I never liked the way boars squeal like that. It's a bit obnoxious. Maybe we can go fishing if there's enough time. I think I caught all the fish though. Yeah, all the normal fish I caught already, at least once. And just a handful of legendary fish, which may or may not all be in the second part of the map that's only unlocked after the story, so we'll see. On a more personal note, there have been a few big changes, as I kind of alluded to at the start. In 2017, my girlfriend at the time and I broke up after a pretty long time. It's over 7 years, if I remember correctly. And yeah, the year afterwards was not great, which I won't go into too much. it's nothing too depressing, just, living back with my mom and stuff like that. Had a lot of trouble finding work. But in late 20, I can't even remember. Late 2018, early 2019, I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Which a lot of things led up to that in the few years before. And at some point I kind of knew before I was even diagnosed. And my psychiatrist said she would have been very surprised if there wasn't any diagnosis. So, yeah, obviously there was one. And that kind of made a lot of stuff fall into place, both personally and work-wise. Like a lot of anxiety issues I was dealing with, especially during my first few work experiences. That all made sense. But the very big silver lining is that now I have kind of a perfect job for me. Working as a software tester through a company that specializes in coaching and assisting people with autism. Not everyone, there are some requirements, but I was a match and I was able to start, and I've been working on the same project for almost 3 years now. 3 years in January at least. Just testing software, not games. I know it kind of sounds like that, but it's a bit more boring than video games. But it's good. I ended up well. And on the love front, things are pretty great as well. Which I guess is kind of an understatement, because I'm actually getting married next year in October. So yeah, all in all, it's been not too bad at all things considered. I don't really believe in fate or anything, but at times it gets a little bit hard to argue that things don't happen for a reason, and if I had to do it all over again to end up little fox. I'm so sorry. You're good. Careless riding and careless crossing. But yeah, as I said, if I had to do it all over again to end up where I am now, I definitely would. I'm not sure how long the night lasts in this game. Because as peaceful as it may be at night, everything does look a bit nicer during the day, so I don't think it will be long until day breaks. And before I forget to shamelessly plug my other channel, I do have another channel since a few months. It's a guitar and bass related channel called Fuzz My Life. I'll let you decide what that's a play on words on. Because I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this, but even long before I started this channel, the ASMR channel, I had my own personal channel, of course. And I posted a bunch of guitar and bass covers on that channel. Mostly covers, a few of my own songs. Or at least very rough demos of my own songs, like nothing professionally produced or anything. But a few months ago I've always been interested in guitars, and a bit later also in bass and all the gear that comes with it. I watch a lot of demos and reviews of guitar related gear, and at some point I just felt like trying my hand at that kind of content. So I did. I have by no means found my thing yet, like my niche or specific style. So I'm not even quite sure what I want to make videos of. Sometimes I like playing. Sometimes there's a pedal or whatever I want to show. sometimes there's some DIY stuff that I feel like I can record, like replacing parts on a guitar or whatever. Sorry about the siren. So yeah, I'm just... When I started, I kind of promised is the wrong word, but I tried to set like a minimum of 1 video per week. And to be fair, that did last like a few months. Until this week, actually. Every Friday I was able to make some kind of video. But I think I want to step away from that system. Because I can already feel that it's making me focus on quantity more than quality, and that's really not something I want to do. Like I like the feeling of being proud of a video that I spent a few days or a week or however long on. And I think that if I stick to the 1 video per week regimen, that like either I'll get bored of making videos and like burning out too quickly, or the videos just will end up not being good at all, instead of spending time on 1 video as long as it takes. And just making every one of them as good as they can be with my somewhat limited skills. And luckily I have a fiance that's, well, since not too long ago, is a professional photographer. So she helped me a lot with thumbnails and general recording stuff that I really didn't know anything about. And she even made me a sign for my birthday. Like a... It's not neon, I think. It's some battery-powered wire that you can shape into anything you want for sign purposes. But one thing I already noticed is that it can be a bit tedious to keep stuff aside in order to make a video about it. Actually, today I received a package in the mail with a new guitar pedal. And a pedal board. And every part of me wanted to spend time by myself, just putting it all together, all the pedals I have and power supply and everything, just so I can finally have a nice board instead of the mess that's currently exists. But I can't, because I'd rather, I mean, I feel like it's an opportunity for a somewhat interesting video. So I had to put it aside, and maybe tomorrow, hopefully, I can put it together on camera. Arthur isn't wearing the clothes I would like him to wear. It's like the bandolier around his shoulder. That's something I bought from the trapper. But at the trapper there is no, or at least as far as I know, there's no way to equip or unequip items you just bought. You just, whenever you buy something, you automatically equip it, and then you have to go back to the camp or rent a hotel room to take it off again, which is a bit stupid.
Hey there, partner.
And also the feathers on his hat. It was something I bought last time, and it's not something I plan to keep, but it's not as visually displeasing as the bandolier. So yeah, I do intend to make videos fairly regularly. Like I said, I don't want to implement any kind of fixed schedule, because then that will just cause, I don't know what I'm trying to say, honestly. I'll make videos when I feel like making videos, and for sure that won't be once a year or less like it has been. But yeah, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. And they can be either more Red Dead Redemption, I have no idea if this has been in any way interesting to watch, but I know for me personally it's not really about the visuals in ASMR videos. because I always listen to them in bed before I go to sleep. Although I will say that sometimes I do respond to visual triggers, just for the sake of comfort. I prefer not to watch and just listen. But as I said, there can be more of this game. If this is, I mean, for me this is very nice because I can just trollop around and think of stuff to say. But a few days ago I also bought Session Skate Sim, which is a skate simulator called Session, believe it or not. So far it's been really fun. Of course it's difficult, but I also bought Skater XL not long after it came out on PlayStation. And that was also fun, but I feel like Session is a bit better and more, well, it is objectively more customizable in terms of feel and physics. But they're both somewhat similar to Skate. And from time to time I was checking out the statistics of my videos, and and it seemed pretty obvious that the Skate videos I made in the past were some of the most popular ones, which is fortunate because those are the ones I definitely enjoyed making the most. So it definitely would be I'm definitely interested to make similar videos with Session. The thing is, it's such a... there's a very steep learning curve. So I feel like I want to master it a little bit before making videos of it, because otherwise I think it'll be just sad for you and frustrating for me, because I won't be able to land any tricks. Trying to find a nice vantage point to end the video on.
There we go.
Kind of had to get up to the bridge. will say I'm already enjoying this. I was a little bit worried it would be too weird for some reason, or I would have unlearned how to do this. But it feels very familiar already. Even with the double headphone situation of wearing earphones underneath my headphones so I can hear both the game and myself a bit better. Or at all, at least. It's definitely a rattlesnake somewhere, which I'd like to avoid. But I feel like this is a pretty nice spot to end this video. I wish I knew how to rear up the horse, but I'm not sure how. Maybe next time I'll turn off the HUD entirely. I was planning to do it, but I forgot. Just to make it even a bit more immersive. But yeah, with the view of the snowy mountains, I will call it a night for now. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the 4-something years of not making any videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.